Right then, another mini video. So it's already up in the air. Should have a chance to catch it before Paul started working. So we sort of wanted to do this in stages, but at this moment in time, we still haven't been able to get on any track days this year that are not a test day, race cars, race licenses, no passengers, all that carry on. So we've not really done too much with it. But the Mini, I've been using it daily, no problem. But it's getting to the point now where we need to do a bit more on it. So if you want to see what we've already done or where we're going with it, then if you look on the spec list, what we've already done, watch the old videos, you'll see where we've gone with it. Basically what we're doing now is the finishing touches, and pretty much the only thing left to do with this now after this whole lot is going to be the Powerflex suspension bushers, which we're going to do one video on them, and then if we're pushing it further power-wise. But I'm not sure if we're going to do it. Depends what happens to the turbo, because it's whining a little bit now, but we did get it really hot last time, so we'll see. But anyway, we'll talk about what we're going to do. So first job, we're going to fit the track tyres back on, which these are a little bit gone. This is probably the worst one. The outer edge is gone, but that's because we're driving with no camber before. It's not going to last forever, but we'll see. We ended up having to put a new one on the left front. We're just completely gone because we didn't rotate and we just destroyed it. So it's had one new tyre, so that lasted 2 track days, which obviously no good. It's not the tyre's fault. It's always the car if you're wearing the tyres out that quick, because these don't wear too bad if you've got enough camber. So I'm going to put these back on. If it's wet, we'll just put these road tyres back on. But anyway, so the last video we ended, I believe, not having the rear camber where we wanted it. So while we're doing the wheels, we're going to stick the rear camber arms on. So these are the hard race ones. Hopefully these are adjustable in the right way, not like the ones that we put on the Amarok, so we'll see. So that's the rear camber arm, so we can get the camber where we want it, which will stop the tyres getting destroyed. So we'll sort that out. We're not going to put the brake pads in while we're here. We're going to do that at the track, but there's some Pagid RS29s, which is what we're running all our stuff. Love them, perfect. We're going to put the e-back anti-roll bars on as well. I'm happy with how the car rides at the minute, but we're going to do as much as we can to stop it rolling. We are having to go too crazy on the camber because it is still a road car, and I don't want to have 4 degrees of camber like we run on the race cars. I'd like to stay 2.5 freeze if we can. So that's the suspension stuff. Then we've got the gearbox. That's got the diff in there, which we did a video on that as well. Not sure if that's going to be totally separate or not. And then we've got loads of little fittings and stuff like that to go with that, just to make sure we've got everything we could possibly need. Then we've got new dual mass flywheel, which this is a BMW only part, so very expensive for what it is. But you can see a lot of people moan about plain dual masses. This is brand new out of a genuine BMW box, and it's got loads in, and it doesn't spring back right good either, which is strange, but it's sat on a piece of polystyrene. That's probably not helping. But anyway, clutch, just a standard LUK clutch, nothing fancy there. Comes with a new release bearing and all that stuff, so we are duplicating some stuff, new bolts, everything. So we'll sort that out. You can get an upgraded clutch for these, but it's only like a Sachs Performance 10% upgraded, which I'm not quite sure what they do there. I think they just changed the friction material, but that alone is not going to make much difference. So we just said we'll leave this as it is and see when it starts to slip. I don't think we're going to slip it, so a bit of waste of money at the minute. If we go big turbo, then we probably will. So that's that. Slave cylinder as well, because we don't want to damage that, so put a new one in. All decent stuff. Avoid LUK if we can, but that's the only choice you've got for this unless you go for the upgrade. So then we've got the rock oil, gearbox oil, which will work fine with these standard synchros and with a diff. Then we've just got another one. I don't know why we got another one. I think it came with a gearbox or whatever, but another dog bone mount. And then we're going to put this Powerflex bush in there and see if we like it. If we don't, we'll swap it. Sometimes putting just a Powerflex bush in the bottom one might make it a bit too rough, but we'll see. And then lastly, the subframe needs to come down to do this and to do the front roll bar. It's going to be a prime opportunity to mock up DPF delete. Whether it stays on there or not, I'm not sure. We'll see. It probably will for the track day because we can trail this down. So we've got the flange, gaskets, and some hangers. We need to get some bends get some bends picked as well, and then we can sort that out. So we might end up having to wheel this over with no DPF on and get the fab shop to sort that out. So hopefully we can get that sorted pretty early on, and then I think we're ready for the track day. So that'll only leave us, by the time we've done the DPF and stuff, it's going to leave us a day or so to tie all the loose ends and get it all sorted. But we'll see what we can do. Paul's getting cracked on wheat now, and hopefully not too late on in the day we'll be ready to rock. So the Mini's gone, the Beamer's getting some last minute checks. These are all the bits we took off. So the adjustable arms, they're on the back. We've not set the camber yet, and as you see when we go over to the car, it needs some more on the back. Roll bars, these are Oller, so they weigh absolutely nothing. The ones that went on weren't, so we've added some weight there, which is probably counterintuitive. Flywheel that came out, still in decent nick, clutch is in good nick, probably half worn at best, all original BMW stuff. And don't feel like it's got any more play than the other one, so we've probably just changed that for no reason. We'll sell that, I'm sure somebody will pay good money for it because they're silly expensive. Dog bone, that's the original one from the car. We knocked that bush out. Paul literally said he smacked it with an hammer and it came out, so nice thing to know. So the Powerflex one's in there, so all that can go in the bin there. So standard gearbox, got the Quaif in the new one, so we'll see how that works out. And yeah, we'll go have a look at the car. So the DPF's out, absolutely massive thing. Definitely wouldn't have got this out without taking the subframe off. So Dan's just going to make a delete pipe for it now and jig it up, but we're just going to put the top lambda and the top EGT in there. We don't need all these extra ones. These will be removed in the software, so there's no need for them at all. And if they're faulty, they'll cause you problems even if you try deleting it. A bit strange on the Minis that the cat is part of the exhaust system, so we're going to make a little delete pipe for that. We'll chop it and it'll come with a sleeve. Not ideal doing a sleeve that way, but there's not really much you can do with that anyway. It's no different to our Volkswagen do it from factory, but it's not how I like to do it. So we'll get the downpipe done first and then away we go. But underneath, everything just, the only thing you can see that's different is this. And then to roll bar when you can actually get in and see it, but it's hiding away somewhere around here. Yeah, just underneath here. So anyway, we'll let Dan crack on. Hopefully he's recording it somewhere, and yeah, see what happens. So, Dan's got all these bits all jigged up and sorted, or he's finishing jigging them up, should I say. So this is the decap pipe, which is just going to have to slide straight over your standard system. So we've took the sensors out that we need. He's just finishing jigging that up, but while we wait for him to do that, Paul's going to get it off the ramp, get it round, and do the alignment now. So we'll leave that to Paul, and then he can fit this up when Dan's done what he's doing and get this road tested. So the camber's sorted and the downpipe's all on and done. Not sure how much footage we got of them two things getting sorted, because it was sort of lastminute.com and I went before the camber were done. But as you can see, the wheels actually fit in the arches now. I think we might, depending on how the tyre wear is, we might put a bit more camber on the back. But the tyres that had already been on have been swapped from front to rear and stuff. We're not going to do that this time. We're going to leave the rears, and the front tyres, they've been rotated inside out, so we shouldn't run them like that, but we're just going to destroy them because they've gone on outside edge anyway, because we'd run them with not enough camber. So just fire it up. So noise wise, a little bit of smoke, it's still cold. Give it a rev. All good. Knock it off. So yeah, it's a little bit noisier. In the car, you can definitely hear it more. Not ridiculously so, more than comfortable inside the car. Outside though, flying past you, still can't hear it. So we need to make it a bit noisier, and I want to make the tailpipes black if possible. And then another thing, these silly little things are the rear pads. So these are just the genuine BMW ones, and they're just dropping to bits. That's given us some problems on track, and they're wearing a bit odd as well. So we've just put some standard rear pads in. The only upgrade we can get is some yellow stuff, which is rubbish. And then we're probably going to have to put some little ducts or something like that to just try and cool them down a bit, or find some vented discs. We'll see. We'll do something with that. Not too sure what is an upgrade or what's not, but 15 quid for some rear pads is not end of the world, and these were original looking at them, so they're quite old. So yeah, hopefully this video has been interesting. It's been pieced together over a period of time, so it might not make any sense, but hopefully it does. So yeah, anything that you've seen in the video will be in the description, and keep an eye out for the track videos.